locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Jones.
That's right, it's kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions. I am Smoking Jeremy B, your host, and I am here with Dr. Dan Von Doom of Von Doom Creations on TikTok. How are you doing,
Yes,
Leonard?
sir. I'm doing good, man. I can't complain too much today. Well, a little bit. I went to sit on my computer chair a little bit earlier. Went to sit down, back popped right off. I went down on my ass. You swear to God, I know exactly what an OnlyFan girl feels like when the basketball team stops over.
Got your ass slammed.
It hurts.
That being said, let's talk about this injury report we got right here. This is what came out today. Jerry Jacobs is out. He's actually being waived off the team and probably back to the practice squad. Justin Houston is still out. He has to be activated by next week or his 21-day window closes, and you won't see him until next year. James Mitchell is out. Elite Raymond is out. John Comiskey and Sam Laporta is questionable because they both are still doing okay, and they've been taking reps after practice, but not in practice. Austin Hacker says, evening, fellas. Good to see you, Austin. And by the way, I did win the Lions Group Championship. And Braylon Dennis says, Houston still out. Good Lord. Yeah, we say the same thing. But you know what? If you look, ever since Dan Campbell's taken over, we're getting sacks from everybody, everywhere on the D line now and in the linebacker room. So, that being said, I'm not too worried that if we can get pressure because that Rams O line gives up pressure.
They do.
And we've got our starting O line in, and we've got Penei Sewell who's only given up one sack, and that was to Micah Parsons.
Well,
he's not hurt. He's been at full practice. He's just not at that 85 to 90%.
did you steal her signs?
Awesome. That's funny. I can't believe that all three of the 4 weeks, I had a guy scoring 30 to 40 points on my bench every week.
Pretty much. Richard Head. I'm really glad the Giants lost because, I was worried about the draft pick, but I'm kind of glad we fucked up so many of their players. And their coach might be getting fired.
And he's absolutely right. You should have beat the Rams.
Yes. But, my coach is an asshole too.
Right. And Dwayne Keene says, let's go Detroit Lions. Pride, 12-5, NFC North Division title champ. Yes, that's right. I have found my NFL playoff NFC North Championship shirt, courtesy of Walmart. I like getting it for $16 instead of $30. Rams fans talking shit to us. Let's destroy the Rams this weekend. Dr. Von Doom J. Glazer.
Is that the butt chin Padawan speaking to us?
It is.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, he also made his comment a little bit earlier about only two certainties in life: FTP and Go Lions. How about death and taxes? You forgot about them, buddy.
Yeah. King SJ.
IRS don't bastard.
And Dwayne Keene, I have to get one soon, a hoodie. I actually have a local guy that makes the hoodies. I will get a price from him. And it's a lock hoodie. So I'll get prices. Also, I'm getting with his wife about possibly being a supplier, doing my logo on T-shirts, which I'm going to put up. It'll come up in the upper right-hand part of the chat here shortly, as soon as I get this thing to cooperate with me. Right there, that logo. Those will be going for $30 a shirt. Shipped. Shipped.
Oh, I thought you said shit. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm not
That's a great logo.
Maximum.
So pumped for Sunday, repping the Lions all week.
Yes.
Aren't they a Saturday game?
They are a Sunday night game. The primetime game.
Right? Are they a Peacock game?
Saturday is Browns versus Texans and Kansas City versus Dolphins.
Which game is the Peacock game this week?
The Dolphins and Chiefs. It's going to be so cold there, they could only show it on Peacock because people might freeze watching it on a regular TV.
I can't wait for that game. At the Buffalo, at the freaking Steelers game. I love cold weather games, that old school, dirty, freaking smash mouth football.
When people get crushed by the ground more than the players.
Reminds you of playing freaking football in the streets as a kid.
All I got to say is thank God neither the Jets nor Giants won a division because we don't have to play it there at the Field of Knees.
On a side note, not many Giants got hurt this year. Somebody else did.
Didn't they use grass turf this year rather than the AstroTurf?
They used some new freaking hybrid.
Yeah,
but other people still got all tore up and then they cried about it.
Yep, Browns. No, Browns are also on another network. I'll look it up again. I got a feeling I'm going to have a pissed off neighbor this weekend, Dolphins fan. Yeah, more than likely. They haven't played in weather colder than 30 degrees all year.
They have more confident running than the Chiefs do. And so the Chiefs are still going to have to.
Shane is out. Mostert's out.
A chain is out?
Both of them are out. They got to go with Jeff Wilson Jr.
Fuck. What's up, Zach Cleary?
How you doing, Zach? Good to see you. That being said, let's go over that again one more time. These are the players that are out. Jacob coming because he's already put out the goodbye Detroit post because he's hitting the practice squad on the waivers. He probably won't be picked up by anybody because he's depth or a backup on every other team, not a CB2. James Houston, he's still out. He's just not 100%. He's like 85%. But in order to bring him up to the active roster to start the 20-day window, that's why we had to get rid of Bruce Irvin. But he was waived, and I believe he was outright cut. That's right. And the other guy that was waived that kind of pisses me off is Bugs because he went to the Chiefs, which he'll never see the field there. So I didn't understand why that was a pickup unless there's some injury they haven't let out about Chris Jones yet. James Mitchell is out. He's got a hand problem. And Khalif Raymond, we know about his knee. It got hurt in that Minnesota game. But Brock Wright has practiced all week, and Sam Laporta has been taking reps after practice. So and they're leaning towards him playing, which means he must be in that 85 to 90% good window that they like guys to be in before they let him take the field in a game.
And when Dan Campbell was asked about it today during the reports, all he did was a big-ass smile when asked if Laporta will be ready this weekend.
If he's given a big-ass smile, you know what that means.
Yep. AG's under the desk.
No, AG's been under the desk. And Will Harris still has pictures. That's why he didn't hit the practice squad.
Jerry Jacobs, man, that could be a...
Yep, Khalif Raymond out means more DPJ. You're absolutely right.
Yes, but here's the thing with this. Khalif Raymond and Sam Laporta combined account for 40% of the first downs of the Lions. So having him out kind of sucks.
But DPJ is getting a bigger role of late and been catching way more than Marvin Jones Jr. did, the guy he replaced with that trade. Jamison Williams has been a bigger part. Jamo's been doing well and actually catching the ball. He has had a lot less drops than it when he first got back into the season. And King SJ says Dan Campbell does not have a poker face at all. Nope. You know when he's happy and you know when he's pissed. Guess what? We saw pissed twice this year. After the Ravens game and after that blown Bradley Allen shit. Yeah, I think he's going to get on the field. The over-under for him is 49.5 yards and 1 touchdown. I'll take the over on both if he hits the field.
Everybody tells me I'm crazy, but I'm taking the over 1.5 touchdowns for Goff, Stafford, and both of them to throw it in. I think because they both seem to have issues when pressure comes up the middle.
And I was going to say this. Matt Stafford was actually 30th in the league when pressured. Goff was 29th. So that means Goff did a little better while pressured than what Stafford did all season. That being said, guess what team is number 2 in pressures in the league on a QB?
The Ravens? I know it's the Lions.
It's the Lions by a long shot. Even though they don't have the sack numbers like they should, they were 23rd or 24th in sacks this year. That's better than what we had last year where we were 27th. So we improved in every statistic except passing defense. We're still in that bottom 5 at 27. The Rams defense is at 21st, I want to say, in pass defense, but they're 19th in run defense, and we're in the top 10. I think we're 8th overall in run defense. So I'm not as worried about a one-man show like Kyron Williams taking over the game because every one-man show we've gone up against, we've held in check. Unless it's a running quarterback. And we all know Matt Stafford is a statue. He's worse than Goff. Goff, he may have more yards, but it's because Stafford does do a little bit more of the rollout stuff than what Goff does. Goff is more of a manipulator of the pocket and only runs on draw plays.
I agree with you 100% there.
Except for the 2 RPOs he got touchdowns on this year. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He has more touchdowns than Stafford, and Stafford has more yards. Stafford is guaranteed for at least 2 picks this weekend. I'm only guaranteeing 1. Our secondary, we've had guys hit them right in the hands and drop it this year. It seems like they can only catch a deflected pass.
Correct. And if Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp get their hands on the ball 99.9% of the time, they're going to pull that in.
Yeah, I'm not going to take anything away from the ability of those 2 receivers. Everybody else is kind of sus. Tyler Higbee, it looks like he's out for the Rams, so that's a huge loss. Because he is the safety valve for Matt Stafford. Because Kyron Williams, he can catch the ball, but he's not reliable at it. And with Laporta being not quite 100%, I don't think he's going to be used as much as we think. I think he's going to be more of a decoy to draw people off of Amon-Ra and Gibbs and JMO and DPJ.
Braylon Dennis. If Kupp and Nacua go off for 200 yards apiece, I want a F gone.
Yes, Higbee is out.
Well, yeah. AG is going to be gone anyway. He's going to get a head coaching job off of bullshit this year.
When AG was voted the most, now he wasn't voted the most likely, or the most, the best. He wasn't voted the best defensive coordinator. He was voted the most liked coordinator overall in the league.
Yes.
That is why he's getting a lot of these coaching offers. I think he has like 4 or 5, and Ben Johnson has 4 or 5. The reason why he was ranked the top is because he's that well liked. And you have to remember, all the offenses that went off on passing yards against him probably voted for him too.
I would have. Super Bowl or bust. Donkey Kong, I like your spirit there.
Hey,
But we're still going to be real, though.
all I'm going to say is the way we played Dallas, that game, any given Sunday, Detroit has a shot. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to say they're going to get there. I'm just saying they got a shot to get there.
I'll tell you have a shot. I'm just going to say that whole Super Bowl or bust, though, I'm not going to go that hard on it because you know what? It's still year 3 of your rebuild. Honestly, nobody at the beginning of the season thought you were taking 11 wins and coming to the playoffs like that. Shut up, JB.
Hey, I said 10-13, and I thought it was 11 plus. Right?
Listen, Captain Homer, just because you're right doesn't mean anything. Be quiet.
Hey, I've been right all 3 years.
Pretty much. What I
said less than 6 wins year 1. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When I first got on with you, you said, how many wins do you expect the rest of the season? I said less than 6, no matter what. I said year 2, we were going to be 7-10. 9 wins.
There is no year 3 of a rebuild. Year 3 is the year that your rebuild's supposed to be complete up at the end of that year and be good going forward. That's why quarterbacks and head coaches get the 3-year window.
And don't say the Bengals didn't have 3 years of rebuild because they had 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because they drafted Joe Burrow the year before Chase. And they were dead last that year because he got hurt 5 weeks into the season. They were dead last the year before that. And they were second from last the year before that. And they were the 5th worst team the year before that. They had 5 straight top 5 picks.
And what year is this for Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes?
3 from a team that was stripped to the studs.
Exactly.
And Braylon said, good point on the Bengals.
I agree with them making the playoffs 100%. They deserve that. I'm just not going to say yet that I think they're a favorite to win a Super Bowl yet. Because, for one, I still feel 49ers are a better team all the way around. They have more talent on the team. And they definitely sure as shit have a better defensive coordinator. And the Ravens are just fucking scary.
We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches combined between rain and snow tonight. It's supposed to stop at midnight and start back up tomorrow.
We got freezing rain out here.
Year is why I thought there was no way Penei Sewell was falling to us in that draft. You know, King SJ, I know you were a part of it when I was in the other group when I posted my top 10, and everybody gave me shit because they said there's no way Sewell is falling all the way to the Lions. I got every pick right until that pick. The 2 that I got wrong was the Panthers and the Broncos because I had them going O-line as well, and they went cornerback. What was it? Surtain and Caleb Farley? Correct?
I believe, yes. Caleb Farley, man, he has been a freaking hurt bust down there.
Yeah, he's a complete bust. You can name him that. Patrick Surtain is probably the best corner out of that draft.
Patrick Surtain is the top 5 corner in the entire NFL.
Right, but he was the best corner of that draft, and Asante Samuel Jr. is probably the second best out of that draft, and he's nowhere near close to Surtain.
No. And hey, Surtain's got the best nickname in football at PS2.
Yep, I know.
I love it.
That was my first favorite console. Can't deny that. I mean, it was a great console. It had the longest run out of all of them, didn't it? Yeah. PS3 was second.
Yeah.
All the rest of them has been 5 to 8 years tops. That one ran 10, 15 years, if I remember right, after they got rid of the PS1. It was great. And Braylon Dennis says PS2 has always been my favorite foundation of my childhood. Oh, I'm going to age myself here. The foundation of my childhood was an Atari before it was even called a 2600.
I love the Atari.
Oh, Bomberman.
God.
Currently playing on my PS2. Upgrade to the 21st century. I at least have a PS4.
Yeah. Well, he might be playing NCAA 2004. I think that was the last one was out, right? On PS2.
No, the last one was on the PS2. Yes, the last one that was out for NCAA was 2012. Okay, he has a PS5. Great.
Me too. I gave it to the kids. I've never played it fucking once. I bought it and sat there and I was like, fuck this. I like the Xbox controller. I like Xbox. Sue me. JB, that video I sent you about that TikTok earlier.
Yeah.
After show, go look at it. Somebody just made the greatest comment ever on it.
What did it say? Come on, tell me. I don't care. We're unfiltered here. By the way, there is a new show starting on the Villain Squad on the Motor City Villain Squad on Monday at 10 a.m. Dan Linner and I are doing our own little Lions talk where we're just going to go over Lions news, roster moves, and rumors. It's going to be a half-hour, 45-minute show every day at 10 a.m. Make sure you check it out. It will be also going into the Motor City Kneecap Biters Facebook page. It'll also be airing on the Main Event 365 YouTube page. I just want to put that out there. Starting Mondays, 10 a.m. It'll be a Monday through Friday show every day at 10 a.m. We're going to talk 5 days a week and talk football.
I'm down. Okay. Anyway, the person that the video was of said, fuck yeah, I'm hot as fuck, and made a laughing face.
Mm-hmm.
Person responds to him says, you can hold my pocket. I'll treat you good. I promise.
Oh, my God. Hold my pocket. She got a sugar daddy. Couldn't help myself. So, what is your favorite prop bets for the week out of all of it? I think it's the over 1.5 touchdowns for both quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I think that's a guarantee because both run defenses are mediocre to good. Ours is great. Theirs is mediocre to good. You know what I mean? They're in the middle of the pack on the run defense. Both pass defenses are sus. So I expect both quarterbacks to get at least 2 touchdowns. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be 2 touchdowns for Stafford, 3 to 4 because of the weapons we have in Detroit.
I also like Cooper Kupp over 68 receiving yards.
Yep. I'm not sure about Nakua getting over 73.
No.
I don't think he's going to get it because I think that's who we need to focus on because he has the more yak yards this year. And I think we're going to be focusing a safety and a corner on him.
I absolutely 100% would do that. And then my other one, I like Isaiah Pacheco over 80 yards and a touchdown. That's going to be a running game. There's no way they're passing in that thing.
I don't think they're going to be able to run. I think they're going to have to pass, and that's why I expect them to have yards. You have the over 300. The over for Goff is 253.5. The over for Stafford is 273.5. He has actually gotten that 4 out of his last 5 games. He did it 7 games total all year. That stretch in the middle.
You could go over 300 in the alternate passing yards.
Yeah, you can go over the 300 and do it as a combined thing.
Hold on, right now. Hang on, let me see. I just don't like taking the over on either one of those quarterbacks because both times that I've taken them on them, they have proceeded to play the absolute terrible game and screw a parlay, and I'm spiteful.
I don't think Goff will because we're going to be trying to control the clock with the run game.
Passing.
He's going to throw it maybe 36 times tops. And if he completes as good as last week, that'll be 9 completions less. He'll have 9 incomplete. He didn't have any turnovers last week, right?
No, I don't believe so. Goff over 300 yards is plus 250. That's not bad.
So I think you'd almost be better off to take the under on Goff at the under 253.5, which is the line that they put out in Vegas today.
It's 258.5 right now, and Stafford's 275.
Yeah, 275. I said it was like 273.5 earlier in the day. It moved.
Well, you don't have Raymond to pick up the first down. You don't have Laporta potentially doing what he normally would do. I'd probably take the under on Goff there, figuring the Lions are going to rely heavily on the running game.
And I think because of our run defense, you would take the over on Stafford. I think we're going to do to him the same thing we did to Dak. We're going to allow him to eat between the 20s and then clamp down in the red zone. I'm just being honest.
I agree.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I still think he's going to get his 2 touchdowns, and I think Goff is going to throw for 3, maybe 4. But you have to figure in the run game. If we score 3 touchdowns on the ground, he's not throwing for 4 touchdowns in this game. I think the score is going to be something like 30-26. Lions win. What's your score prediction, Leonard?
I'm going to take the Rams at, let's say, like 27. I'll take Lions 30.
So you got the Rams covering, but the Lions winning. And I did just enough for the Rams to cover the point spread at 3.5.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, the line did move to just 3 now, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's just a push on your end. Nobody wins or loses.
Correct.
3-point win. But that does hit the over of 54 points, either score.
I think it's definitely going over 54 points.
I think that is the safest bet you can make is bet the over. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be the totals well into the high 50s, 56 and up. And Paul Diaz says, I can't believe these are talking offensive. A defensive game all the way. It's going to be a lower scoring game. I'm just looking at the overall projections of each team. The team that won't score more than 30 points is the Rams. That's guaranteed. They've been averaging about 25 all year. The Lions have been averaging 27.8. So the 30-26 is probably an accurate prediction somewhere in there.
You really think it's going to be a defensive game?
Neither defenses can stop a cold in the passing game. They give up buckets of yards. I'm not saying points, buckets of yards. Both of them do.
At least Jerry Jacobs won't be getting burned.
And hopefully neither will Will Harris. Because that guy gets so burnt, he makes burnt toast look like Wonder Bread.
He makes Eli Apple look like he can cover.
I was just to say he went to the Eli Apple School of Coverage.
I still can't believe my Giants fucking drafted that guy.
Yeah. Paul, that's a great line. It's going to be so tight. It's going to be so low. My asshole's Perkins.
Why isn't Will Harris? Dude, we know why Will Harris isn't on the practice squad.
I told you, he's got pictures of AG keeping his job.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can come up with. And I think Benito Jones held the camera.
Benito Jones was pushing Dan Campbell from behind. They were working on the brotherly shove.
Ooh. Did it come through?
They came through.
The rim shot? Yeah. Because it hasn't been working. I had to redo the whole setup. Is the mic sounding better than it has over the last couple of weeks?
Yes, 100%.
Braylon Tennis is laughing his ass off. So that's basically the story in a nutshell. What do you guys want to talk about?
I know what I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, both made All-Pro first team today. Sam Laporta and Frank Ragnow are both second team.
And one of the special teamers is Jalen Reeves-Maven. we have 5 All-Pros on the line on one squad of the Lions. You haven't been able to say that since Barry Sanders was a part of the team.
And everybody else at that point just got credit because Barry Sanders did the work. He made him look good.
Yeah, he made Kevin Glover, Lomas Brown, and all those guys look fantastic. And I think Mike Cutley, the year he got hurt, it was an honorary All-Pro that year too.
I got something else we can talk about here.
Okay.
Let's talk about Matt Stafford a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me that Matt Stafford was better and more important than Patrick Mahomes. At first, I sat there and I was like, man, you're out of your goddamn mind, right? But he made a very valid point to me that Matt Stafford actually makes wide receivers better. Your two highest yardages in the season for Tyreek Hill was Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson, both of them products of Matt Stafford. Puka Nacua, almost 1,500 yards here, rookie record for receiving. Matthew Stafford. Who has Patrick Mahomes ever made better? Not a goddamn one.
Nope. The guys who can receive make Patrick Mahomes better.
Yes.
Travis Kelce, Rasheed Rice, and Tyreek Hill. All I know is that out of all the matchups, I think one of these 3 games should have been the Monday night matchup instead of Philly versus Bucks. I expect that to be the lowest scoring game of all of them. It should have been either, and as much as I hate to say it, Packers at Dallas, Rams at Lions, or Miami at Chiefs. I think any one of those 3 games would have been a better draw for Monday Night Football. Oh, you know what? Stafford made Kenny Golladay money with the Giants. I'm not, and I'm not trying to be a dick there, Leonard. But if it wasn't for Stafford making Kenny Golladay a 1,000-yard receiver, even when he missed 6 games a year.
Can we sue Matt Stafford for false advertising with the whole Kenny Golladay thing?
No.
I think we should. We should just serve him right now. Get him all fucked up for the weekend.
You're just still mad because your Giants signed him.
God, I fucking hate that guy so much. I hated him as a Lion.
They still have 2 years of money coming from you guys because they did the futures contract on the last year. Yes.
JB.
Yeah.
I don't know why you want me to jump through the screen, dude.
You're the one that told me it. You know I had to bring it up.
I know, motherfucker. It's one of those things I try to forget, though.
Oh, when I saw that contract, I apologized to you immediately.
What was it, 5 years, $65 million or some shit like that?
No, it was a 3-year at $19 million apiece. So it was a $57 million contract for 3 years, but the last year was split up over 3 years.
Yeah, man.
And you were like, why? Why do we got to pay this fucker for 5 years?
Dude, same thing. Why the fuck did we give Jonathan Stewart 2 years at $5 million a year? Because Dave Gettleman was a cum-guzzling gutter slut that was probably getting some kind of kickback from them. Fuck. I hate that fat fuck.
No, you're not being too optimistic. Laporta should have been a first-team All-Pro, in my opinion. He leads all tight ends in touchdowns this year in the regular season with 10.
Yes.
That means he had a better year than Kittle and a better year than Kelce. They may have more yards, but he was more productive.
Pull it up right now. Who is it?
Am I making a trip to the D on Sunday? No, but I'm hoping she does. Sorry, couldn't help it. No, I am actually going to be visiting the Lions Den with Main Event Mike and Russell Wayne of the Main Event 365 page. It's my first time being invited to the Lions Den, which is right here in Burton. It is actually a garage. It's made into a bar with food, and all you got to do is bring in your own drinks, and you get to watch it on a big screen. And every touchdown, they sing forward down the field. I'll be in my heyday. I'll send videos. I'll make reels out of them.
George Kittle is the starter of the All-Pro team, huh?
Well, the All-Pro, it doesn't really have a starter. They just say first team All-Pro,
Yeah.
second team All-Pro.
Exactly. I can kind of see that though. His yards are good. His touchdowns aren't the greatest, but he does do something better than any other tight end in football, and that's block.
Laporta?
No.
Who?
Kittle.
Oh, yeah. Kittle's the best blocking tight end in the league. Travis Kelce sometimes looks like he couldn't block a cold with a face mask.
I don't understand how he gets his yards and everything. He's slow and goofy looking when he's running. I just don't get it. That was the same thing as Gronkowski. Like, there is no goddamn good reason you should be having these yards and this kind of production to be this good when you're like that slow.
All right, they're all 4'6", 4'7" guys.
I know.
I don't know how, but they're strong as hell. I think that's it. They break a lot of tackles.
That could be. That probably is it.
But I will admit, Travis Kelce's hands went away ever since he started searching for Taylor's tits.
Well, that's because he went from that chick that had those big tits, where he had to, get a good grip, practice his grip on them, compared to Taylor Swift, where it's lay them flat and go like this.
Yeah, and it's the same with her ass. I call her acetol. She's got no acetol.
She looks like a 12-year-old boy.
I know. He goes, haha, I walked right into that one, the one about the D.
He did.
Yeah, you're right. Gronkowski was too damn strong and runs mad too. And you know what? I am sick of Gronkowski talking about how he retired when he found out the Patriots were going to trade him to Detroit. I'm sick of hearing it. It was fine hearing it the first 2 times. It's like every other week he has to mention it.
You know what,
But
though?
at the same time, he said if it was this version of the Lions, he'd have accepted that trade.
Can you blame him?
I can't blame him then.
Because at that time, as much as it might hurt people's feelings, the Lions were straight dog shit.
Oh, they were. I mean, we can talk about how the Caldwell made 2 playoff runs, how Schwartz made a playoff run. We made a playoff run because of that defense and Matt Stafford's comeback wins that year. The first year when we won the 11 games. We blew, and say what you want, Darius Slay's record rookie year, he should not have been in the flat on that Hail Mary.
Not at all.
And we extended that play with the penalty too. It would have been an 80-yard touchdown pass, but because of whatever, they got a 15-yard penalty. I think it was roughing the passer. And it was a late hit. And yes, it was Sue. That's nothing new. Oh, there I go with my poet stuff again. But that turned it into a 65-yard play, and we all knew that Rodgers has that arm. Granted, it's a rainbow going slow as hell. It wasn't a fast play at all. It was slow developing. And how the hell do you not take one of those safeties and put Calvin Johnson in? Stop that.
I don't know.
Nobody's over jumping him.
No. Didn't he have like a 41-inch vertical or some shit like that?
6'5", 4.35 40, and a 42-inch vert with an 81-inch reach. That means you had to be able, if you were 6 foot, you had to have a 49-inch vert to have a chance to touch where his arms are outstretched. Think about that. A 49-inch vert at 6 foot. It doesn't exist. Simple fucking good hands. You got it.
Have you seen his hands, though?
But they're not good anymore.
They are mangled.
Yeah. I mean, when he shook that guy's hand, when he got his Hall of Fame jacket, when I watched that video, you could see he could barely get a grip on his hands.
I blame Matthew Stafford for throwing the ball so fucking hard.
Well, yeah. He didn't develop touch till the last year with Caldwell. And then once he finally got the touch down, he didn't want to be here anymore.
So from everything I've read and heard, he didn't want to be part of a rebuild.
I understand he didn't want to be a part of a rebuild. I don't blame him. But you cannot say this is a Stafford revenge game. He asked to leave Detroit.
Yep.
He had nothing to prove here. He proved it when he left. He got his ring. Now it's fuck him. Let's fuck him over. I hope we sack him 10 times and he ends up leaving retired.
I'm not going to be mean to him about that, though, because, okay, yeah, it's not a revenge game for him. It would be more of a revenge game for Goff. But for him if he does win, I'll at least say this. At least he finally won a fucking playoff game in Detroit. Not for Detroit, but in Detroit. If that by chance happens, which I don't see it happening, but it could. And no matter what anybody wants to say about that guy, even after they left, they still do a ton of shit for that city.
Link sent, Will. My phone's about to die.
So plug it in, fool.
Nah, fuck that. I got to get up and get off camera to go get the cord. I ain't doing it.
Such a slacker. Unprepared.
Hey, it made it through the show that I needed.
What show was that?
This one. We made it through all the topics. I don't need to read anything anymore. Will be here shortly, I believe. He better be, or he's fired.
He's fired. Well, we're gonna have to double your fee that we let you pay us to come on the show, man.
Will, look on Messenger, or you got to pay $40 if you're not here in 2 minutes. Oh boy.
Huh. Forecast goes from bad to worse for Buffalo on Sunday. Travel will apparently be freaking near impossible. Blizzard conditions. They asked the NFL again to freaking move the game, and they said it's status quo. I love it. Fuck them. Make them play in it.
It's on Messenger. I sent it, Will. I said it 3 times.
Christian McCaffrey got named Pro Football Talks 2023 Offensive Player of the Year. Okay.
I was never muted.
He probably hit the mute button himself over there.
Cost you double this episode.
He probably had you muted in the screen over here in the corner real tiny so that he could watch his video that he was watching over here getting ready.
Oh, yeah, that fastball, he fucked up those hands. There was lots of receivers that complained about, and corners that complained about how fast Matt Stafford threw. He didn't get picked off a lot the first couple of years because he was throwing the ball so hard they couldn't catch it.
Correct.
Because back in those days, if you couldn't catch a ball, you became a corner. That used to be the rule of thumb, and now we got guys that want to play corner because they don't want to be hit.
Pussies. Hitting is legitimately the best part of football all the way around. It used to be a game for people that were just angry and wanted to fuck each other up.
Welcome in, Will.
Thank you. Sorry, you were muted. That's why I didn't hear you.
You muted me. I didn't mute.
No, I muted you. My bad. So
Yeah.
what topics did I miss? Can I go through them fast?
All of them, man. You should have been here on time. Quit fucking around.
I had work, Leonard.
Priorities.
Okay, butt chin Padawan, let us have it.
Can we go through them fast if you don't mind?
Here. There is the injury report.
Yeah, I don't like Houston missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond's a good, reliable option just in case. Like Raw's covered and Laporta's covered, but yeah, I'm not too worried.
Yeah, Laporta more than likely is playing according to what we saw in the presser today.
Awesome.
I can't read what was the other one? Oh yeah, we went over prop bets, but that's more of
Yeah.
Dan's thing.
Yep. We went over the props.
I've got a good prop bet.
Okay.
I think that Gibbs will get 50 plus, 75 plus rushing and catching in this game.
Oh, you mean all-purpose yards, 75? Yeah, I think he'll get that.
I think you can get near 100 at both.
Because his actual rushing yard number, I think, was 58.5, if I remember right.
Yep.
And I don't think he's going to get that much rushing. I think he's going to be used more in the passing game because Laporta won't be used as much as he normally is because he's just coming off of an injury.
Yeah, Laporta, in my mind, because he's coming off an injury, could be like a decoy.
Oh my God, I taught him well.
I think he just actually was watching the show the whole time.
No,
And
no,
just
no,
copy
I'm
what you
serious
said,
because I
so
feel
he
like
could
that
agree
should
with
be
you,
for
and you'll make
every
you think
team.
that he's a genius.
If one of your stars is injured and coming off an injury, you don't want to risk anything. So use them as a decoy. Use them every so often. I don't expect like 10 catches for Laporta. I expect like between 2 to 5.
But you know what? I think I almost would take the over half a touchdown for Jamison Williams.
I agree.
What do you think, Leonard? If it was a separate side bet in a small thing with like oddball high end,
If you had a fucking like stupid high, like plus 600, sure. And I was betting low, yeah, but he hasn't had enough touchdowns. He doesn't get enough touches to make me feel comfortable making a bet like that. You know what I mean?
But the problem is Raw's going to be covered like crazy.
Wait. Let me.
By who?
You didn't even give me a chance to talk about that one. The reason why I think it's going to work is because Cleve Raymond isn't there, and they're going to have to use Jamison Williams and DPJ more. I almost would take the over half a touchdown on because the odds will be crazy high on this. Take the over 0.5 for DPJ, take the over 0.5 for Jamison Williams, and take the over 0.5 for whoever the third wide receiver or backup tight end for the Rams on a $5 bet for a crazy boost.
We're going to go see. Hold on.
I agree.
I think Josh Reynolds.
I think Davis Allen's actually a pretty darn good tight end. I saw him firsthand at Clemson.
Backup, right? Davis Allen?
Yes, sir.
JMO as an anytime touchdown scorer, because FanDuel doesn't have over-under on touchdowns,
Okay.
is plus 300 for plus 320 for a touchdown.
Okay. DPJ?
He's not even on the list on here for it.
And he's active.
Yep. Brock Wright's plus 550. Reynolds is plus 490. Ooh, I like this one. DeMarcus Robinson.
That's the third wide receiver, right?
Uh-huh.
For who?
The Rams.
Wow, I didn't even know he was with them.
Hang on. DPJ is plus 950.
I like it.
Think about that. If you did Brock Wright, Jamison Williams, DPJ, and that DeMarcus guy you just mentioned.
Let's take Jason Kabinda for the first touchdown plus 10,000.
Oh, jeez.
They haven't used him at fullback, and he's on special teams. It would have to be a fumble recovery.
I'm putting $1 on it. I don't
You
care.
should. It'd be fun.
Put $1 on it.
I would.
Hey, make it 2, and I'll throw you the $1, Dan.
$2. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. Someone called Dan Campbell on speed dial.
I'm going to go to Twitter. Campbell, they'll never expect Kabinda. They'll never expect it.
Okay, Campbell, put on a helmet yourself.
Binda, fuck no.
Fuck no.
Just do a little like play action with the fucking tight end rolling out.
Hey, I wouldn't blame you.
And then do a fullback toss sweep.
Or let what's his name? Penne do a high point catch again.
Ooh, let's see what the anytime Panay Sewell touchdown would be.
He's not on there at any time.
Oh,
Taylor Decker on there? It should be.
Decker should
Touchdown in
be.
his career.
No, they're not normal players on there. So it could be like a Detroit
What do you mean they're
touchdown.
normal?
Lions, Detroit. They don't have line guys on here.
Oh.
Well, guys, it's time to
And
talk
fuck it,
about
man. We don't want Taylor Decker. We want Kabinda to do it at plus 10,000 because those are ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, I know. But he might not see the field on the offensive side again because he's total booty cheeks at fullback. But with James Mitchell out, he might. That being said, it's time to talk about our favorite sponsor. It is FTP. Is it the florist? Look, there he is. It's Buck Jim Padawan.
Hi, Patin Pally here. Jay Glazer.
Hey, that's not an insult, though.
No, it's not. I'm trying to think of one, but I'm not going to be a jerk and say it on air.
It will. Will. You got something right here, dude. It's brown.
Yeah, it's called a strong chin.
Oh, I thought it was called shit. Just take your finger and go like this. Take your finger.
Who else other than Leonard and Will and I
Hey,
have
Leonard.
playoff
Hey,
beard
Leonard.
going?
This is what I got for you.
Oh, you're showing me your IQ again. I'm glad it went up a half a point.
God, I'm so
It's
dumb.
FTP. No, it's not the florist. What is it, guys?
Fuck Will.
Fuck
I mean
the
the Packers.
Oh, come on, Leonard. You ruined it.
1, 2, 3.
Fuck the
Packers.
Packers. We did it. Ish.
Closer. It's a little better. Fuck the Packers, Braylon Dennis says. And
Maybe
of
you
course,
got some butter and you lubed it up and it just slides so much better.
there's my boy up there in Saginaw, Gloss Negron, window tinner, and car detailer, 989-443-9240. I got another picture of a car he's done here. An Audi.
Ooh, that is nice.
Then there's
That
this
was
bad
nice.
boy, the Maserati, in the 300C class. It has been a pleasure and an honor. And I'm hoping that we get to see something like this Sunday night.
Goff looking deep, wants it all. Jamison Williams looking for the ball. Got it! Touchdown!
Woo! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called poetry in motion.
You got a parting shot there, Dr. Von Doom?
Yeah, if Goff could throw a fucking fastball, like I wouldn't have been anywhere near JMO. You see how much he pulled up on that?
I know. Well,
4 guarantees in life: death, taxes, FTP, and go Lions.
hey, you got it right.
Finally got it right. But fuck Dallas as well. I agree. Fuck the Cowboys.
Yes, exactly.
That being said, what a year, guys. And I want to address this because I've heard this from multiple people, multimedia outlets out here in Detroit. I don't care if we fall on our face. It's not a failed season.
I agree.
He met the expectations that was put on this team going into the year, and that was win the division.
Amen.
That's the only expectation we all had. But getting a home playoff game, will it be a disappointment? Yes. But would I call it a failure? No.
No, I wouldn't either.
Did they drastically improve on last year's record? Yes.
Oh,
So it can't be a failure.
and it's only going to
They're
go
doing
up from
Wait.
here.
Did they look better doing it?
Eh.
Well, it was a way more even rushing attack. We didn't have one guy getting 17 touchdowns while the other guy got 3.
Well, it's because Swift was a bum last year and Jamal Williams just got those 1-yard pounders.
But guess what? Swift wasn't a bum this year, stayed healthy all year, and he only got 4 touchdowns.
He also barely got used.
He had damn near 1,000 yards.
Go look how many touches he had, though.
I know.
Gainwell and Scott caught a ton of that. Plus, they don't really run with the running backs there because Jalen Hurts is greedy and he wants the glory all to himself. And their offensive coordinator has 5 plays. So, yeah.
And their defensive coordinator can't call a defense. That's why they've lost 4 of their last 5 and soon to be 5 of their last 6.
I was going to say a joke about Patricia, but I can't say it on air. I'll say it after the show.
Hey, you know what? I figured it out. Ryan Day is such a bitch. I found out he's Nathan Castro in drag.
He did.
Well,
Say it again?
Ryan Day plus Matt Patricia equals Nathan Castro.
yeah.
Ooh. Okay. That's pretty tough, man. Those are hate words.
They are.
But it's true.
The illegitimate child of Matt Patricia.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great night. Go Lions, one pride. And let's do this one time prior to a game. Because you know what? I think we're going to win. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rock, rock, rock. Go hard, win this game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions!
Good night, everybody. Much